everybody. Peace, 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 peace. Welcome. Are we focused? Welcome to the midweek live stream. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Stephanie. Miss B, Nate, Teresa McGuire, Alyssa Lujo, Brenda Romero, Steph, Melissa B Luxury, Corey K, Xavier Gray. How's it going, everybody? So I'm a little bit, Melanie Rice, Y2K, Julia F, James Stansfield, Miss B, Ivy, Jack's Bag Attack, Cecily Urker, Loving to Travel, and Vicente, and Linda Nolasco, Marlene Perez, Lori. Hi, everybody. Okay, Bubbles doesn't do the hello. Okay, whatever. Hi, Heaven. Lidovina. How's it going? Oh, my God. I have had the worst headache since months today. Yesterday I went to the Made in America show by Teruko Nakajima. It was fabulous, and I met up with Gloria Recinos. She was there. So we spent a wonderful evening together. So thank you, Gloria, for coming by and watching Teruko and Titi do their thing on stage. So thank you to everybody who came to the show. It was fabulous. It was a bigger theater this time around bigger than last time. So, it was fun. And then, there you go. And if you missed it, you missed it. She'll be performing again. Hi, Didi Bean. Hi, everybody. So, okay, a couple of things I want to say. Never trust bimbos online. And I'm going to say this, because just... I don't know. Maybe it's my headache, so I'm more irritable than usual, probably. But I'm just like, I turn on Insta. You know what? Maybe I should just not turn on Instagram anymore. In fact, I turned it off. I just turned it on again to post that the live stream is happening. But look, so whoever this person is, Wintour Drobe, like Anna Wintour Wardrobe, they posted a photo. Happy 90th birthday to Giorgio Armani. And they posted this photo of them with Giorgio Armani on their Instagram, and then like Giorgio Armani, right? And then next to it, a Dolce & Gabbana outfit. I'm like, it's his 90th birthday. Why are you posting a Dolce & Gabbana outfit next to the Armani outfit? I mean, next to Giorgio Armani. This is not his outfit. This is a Dolce & Gabbana outfit. So anyway, I commented like, you posted a dress from Dolce & Gabbana, but this is an Armani outfit. Then apparently they changed their caption to saying, here's me wearing a Dolce & Gabbana outfit. I'm like, bitch. Bye. No, seriously, I can't anymore. Like, I know this stuff I should not give two Fs about it, right? But it irritates me.
Outrageous.
Like, everybody's starting a fashion commentary channel. Everybody's starting a fashion commentary TikTok account. Everybody and their mother starting some random talk about fashion. Nobody knows anything about the history of fashion. Nobody. Like, seriously. Oh, God, oh my God. And what's the name of that other one? The Understitch that started 50 different channels about it. Also, no freaking clue, but behaves and talk. When they talk with that voice and like they know everything. She's the one who threw Coco under the bus, calling her a German collaborator. Anyway. Oh my God. And these people, they get, and then they get hundreds of thousands of subscribers and views and everything. Really? Come on. Why are people falling for this? People fall for the narratives. People fall for the narratives. I was this close to starting this live stream today with a huge patch on my ear. I'm like, girl, I know somebody tried to do something. I know that you were bleeding from I get it, okay? But I saw how big that, whatever that is, okay? 10 minutes after you tweeted, not tweeted, but on that other platform, you said, no, I'm fine, I'm fine. Okay. And I had a sneaky suspicion when you were going to go on stage to talk to everybody, you're going to make that scratch on your ear look like you survived. I mean, I don't know what sort of end of the dinosaur era, you know what I mean? Like the Big Bang, okay? And I'm like, so then doctors were commenting, saying like, yeah, you don't put a Band-Aid and a bandage that big for that type of injury. Like you don't do that type of bandage on that type of injury. I'm like, yeah, of course you don't, because you want to make it look like it's bigger. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, so so I thought to myself, let me start the live stream with this thing on my ear and be like, yeah, I had to get an Hermes bandage because like I cut myself, girl. But then even more funny, people are now saying like now Biden has to kind of upscale what happened to Trump, right? So Letty sent me this meme online. Did I even take a screenshot of it? I want to show it to you. But that one I really found hysterical because where is it now? Because I thought to myself, oh my gosh, okay, now this is funny. At least somebody with some sense of humor up in this hoe. You know what I mean? Look, let me show you. Who is this? J Dempsey posted this. And okay, why is it not working? Hold on, you guys. I found this hysterical. So, Jay Dempsey, credit to Jay Dempsey or whoever did this. Well, it was on their Instagram. So Biden is saying, allegedly, right? I need to upstage Trump somehow. And then he makes the announcement, ladies and gentlemen, I am the new creative director of Chanel. I thought this was hilarious. I thought this was really funny. So anyway, Dee says, I'm so sorry you're not feeling well. We are all paired today. I have the candy cane. Oh, shit. I'm sorry to hear that. Terry says, I know how you feel, Dacob. Bad day for me, too. Have to have treatment for my MS today. I hope your headache feels better. So, oh, man, I'm so sorry, Terry. Yeah, we're such a mess. Is it Mercury retrograde? What's going down? And just for the record, you guys, honestly, I'm trying to be very equal and make fun of both candidates because I don't want to judge any of you for wanting to vote for Trump or for Biden. Vote for whoever you like. I'm just, as long as we all respect each other and love each other, I don't care. Politics should not poison our lives. That's what I personally feel. I just find both of these gentlemen really funny and I cannot take either one of the two seriously, to be perfectly honest with you. I just find them hilarious and they're so easy to make fun of. It's delicious. It's comedy gold. So just to be very clear, before anybody's feathers get ruffled, I really don't care either. Both of them, I want to say, let's find somebody a bit not so long in the tooth to run the country. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, to each their own. I just find it delicious to make fun of both of them because what are you going to do? If you can't make fun of the life we're living in, what else are you going to do? So there you go. But I wish them both luck. May they both be prosperous and happy in their lives. But if I could, I would do something else. Oh, it's almost full moon. Oh, there you go. There you go. Cecily says comedy is an important part of the American political system since forever, right? And then also there's like kind of that healthy attitude of roasting, and this is something that the art of roasting is not just limited to politicians. It's for everyone. Comedians roast each other, actors roast each other, authors of books roast each other. It's a whole kind of culture of kind of making fun of each other for better or for worse, but like everybody can like take a joke and laugh about it. So at the end of the day, I don't think we should lose our sense of humor. Dee says, Dacob, that's such a great point of view. Thanks for that. A true tribute of you. No, seriously, you guys, like, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and play that person. Oh my God, they're terrible and they're terrible. I'm not that extremist, you guys, because at the end of the day, everybody has flaws. Nobody's perfect. Um, and I think it's really difficult with all of these weird politics. They're insipid. They tend to separate people, and it's kind of tale as old as time. The oldest profession in the world is being a hookah, but also a politician at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, the oldest trick in the book is divide and then conquer. So that's what they want to do. They want to divide us so that they can conquer us, But bottom line is this, you guys. There's a lot of poverty. There's a lot of poverty in this world. And in many first world countries, I'm not even talking about third world countries that are already a mess. I'm talking even the first world countries, like what 1% owns everything and like the 99% of the rest altogether has less riches than the 1%. So something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. If 99% of the people put together don't own as much as the 1% together. I mean, come on, something is terribly wrong here. So, what did Vivienne Westwood write on my shirt in my movie? For those of you who have seen my movie Art Lovers Unite, she wrote, "Politicians are criminals." There you go. So, hi, Alyssa Lujo. Welcome to Tier 1, sweetie. Welcome to Tier 1. Shidi, how's it going? Julia said, poverty's everywhere. No, that's what I'm saying. So, let's not sit here and fight with each other. Who are you going to vote for? I don't care. Because we don't really have a choice, you guys. We're stuck with bad and bad. Okay, so at the end of the day, the only thing we can do to make the world a better place is be nice to each other, be kind to people around you, to your neighbors, gentle acts of affection, and just being nice to, if you're going out to the supermarket, to the lady or gentleman who's at the cash register, to the person who's walking on the street beside you, like those little acts of kindness on a daily basis is what ultimately, that's the only vote we really have. And by vote, I mean it's a choice you make. You get to choose how to behave in front of and with other people. That's the only true choice we have. Okay. But when it comes to politicians, we don't have a choice. That's all an illusion. It's all fakery. Vicent says, Lena Nair for President Tessa. She can run the country like Chanel. Yeah, right? Bringing home the bacon, baby. So, Carrie says Virginie for president. Virginie Via, I think she would be a cool president. Everything would be very old school in a good way. So, yeah, Nay says, I live in the Bay Area, and to see that people are living worse off than what snotty Americans think developing nations are like, it's sad. And empty luxury housing sits empty. Oh, yeah. That's why I'm telling you guys, like the only power of vote that we have is how we behave in front of other people and together with other people in our daily lives. That's the only thing that can make a difference. That's these acts of kindness are the only thing that can really make a difference. That's it. Period. That's it. So that's what I wanted to say. Is there any other funny meme I wanted to show you before we move on to the topics? Because oh, Terry, my love, thank you so much. Wait, hold on. Where's my...
Teresa McGuire donated $75.
Hit it, Bubbles. Thank you so much, Terry. Always so kind and generous. Like I always say, without Terry, there would not be a live stream at this point. Also, we're live streaming from MacBook Terrie today. That's why it's so flawless. Thank you, Terry. Mwah! Oh, here's another meme. Oh my God, you guys. Okay. I was thinking to show you this as a video. Oh, but first let me blend in Teespring. Teespring, they just call themselves T at this point. They changed their name because YouTube bought them. No, they're just called Spring. Whatever, but I still call them Teespring. YouTube bought them a year or two ago. So anyway, from time to time, they run special promotional discounts. And they're running one right now, a summer discount. So, which is so cool because they take the loss, not me, which is fabulous. You get 20% off, but that 20% off they pay. So that's fabulous. I'm going to blend it in case you want any of my merch. This sale will be running a couple of days. So everybody gets 20% off. There you go. Merch summer sale until July 26th. So it's just a couple of days, 20% off with the code HEATWAVE20. And it's available on www.superdacob.com. As you can see, we got the Day Cult with the eyeball. We got the FOMO t-shirts, FOMO merch, Bubbles merch. So this is AI generated merch by Bubbles. She was trying to spell Super Dacob, but then she made it all really weird and spelled it Super Boaba. And well, anyway, Super Bubbles. She was trying to turn herself into Super Dacob. So there's a lot of different merch on my channel in my shop here. Bobe Suwaber, Suba Beeper, says Bubbles. I mean, we'll go. I wonder if we asked Bubbles to generate AI merch today. She has evolved since that was the first AI version of her merch, right? So she has evolved since then. So if we were to ask Bubbles to regenerate the merch today, she would probably, there you go, she would probably be a little bit more evolved. Here's like the actual merch in hand. I have a couple of examples here. We got the Super Dacob t-shirt, black with a white print. We got the Livin' Ferret in pink with a huge print in the back and the Livin' in the front. I wear the pink one in a triple extra large. I got that one off Amazon. On Amazon, you don't get the reduction code though. The reduction code only works directly on Spring, and you can access Spring through my Super Dacob website. Then we got the Journey. Oh my God, I have the green t-shirt, so it's transparent. But IYKYK, you guys, IYKYK, even the horse is dead. Because yeah, that's how long you gotta wait to get your Birkin. And then there's also hats, and these are stitched on. So it's not just a print, it's actual. You can see it, it's stitched. I've had this one for many years. That's why mine is already dusty and busted, because I wear it a lot actually. So, but it's really good quality because like I said, I wear it a lot. So that's the merch. You get 20% off until the 26th of July. There's a lot more in the store, so go check it out. Also like, you know, stickers, notebooks, little pouches, all sorts of things. Little things, you understand, little knickknacks. All right, so now I wanted to show you another meme that I found. I mean, I cannot believe that this actually really happened, but apparently it happened. And of course, where do you think it happened? Only in Texas, baby, only in Texas. So the Instagram account, and I was thinking to show you the video, but then I thought, oh, maybe the video is copywritten, but it's a security camera footage. But anyway, here is the Instagram account. They're huge. They got 4 million followers, and probably some of you follow, like, oh wait, I don't know. Wait, I have to cover this. Some of you probably, sorry, I have to cover the names of the people who are following them, I think, right? Okay, there you go. So it's called Now This, and I'm sure a lot of you know this account really well. Probably, I mean, 4 million followers, like, we'll go. So, and they post like, yeah, your life in present tense, blah, blah, blah. I don't follow them, but they pop up in my feed from time to time. But anyway, so what happened was, I can't believe this really. Okay, so let me cover his face, but anyway, security footage. So here's the text, and I'm going to read it to you. It happened in an antiquity store, and then the person got caught by the cops. There you see the other picture. Now, and this is related how to my channel. Well, it's fashion related, like vintage shopping related, thrifting related. You remember just a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about my idea of how to combat FOMO. And I said, you know, find a little niche in your home where you can like build up a little vitrine and glass and put your little knickknacks in there and just enjoy them like your little private museum. So this is kind of that type of store. So listen to this, you guys. This guy, really tall guy, because I mean, if you see on this photo, I mean, this is a big one. Okay, this is not a little person. This is a big dude. A man in Texas, like I said, only in Texas, baby. Kilt wearing man allegedly anally contaminates antiques. So let that sink in for a second, because that's like how the story, like, this is the headline. I love how Cecily commented the poverty of it all. I hate when people abuse antiquities. They're our shared history. Right, but this is like literally how they abuse antiquity. Let me repeat the title for you. Debbie, listen. Kilt-wearing man allegedly anally contaminates antiques. Okay, now, of course, everything I say in this live stream is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything is alleged and just my opinion. Y'all, this Instagram post says a man in Texas has been accused of contaminating. A man in Texas has been accused of contaminating items from antique stores, not just one, several, by placing the antiques in his butt. Okay, the article reads Mitchell Vest, 60, was observed sticking $200 worth of merchandise in his sphincter thanks to the kilt that gave him better access to his anus. He then allegedly placed the items, which included an antique bottle opener and makeup brush, back on the shelf. And you see how this is connected to my channel. I mean, we use makeup brushes all the time. And then I started thinking to myself, my poor makeup brush. But then I thought, oh, I see. I was like, oh. So he had a kilt on, right? Which gave him better access to his anus. He then allegedly placed the items, which included an antique bottle opener and a makeup brush, back on the shelf after he plugged himself with it. Yeah. He has been charged with criminal mischief and is free on a bond. Guess how much he had to pay to be freed from jail? So he's been, guess how much the judge wanted him to pay to free him? He's free. He can now go to antique stores and he can keep molesting the antiquities. Guess how much in Texas a white, let's not forget, he's white, right? How much does a white man have to pay in Texas to, how much bond does a white man have to pay in Texas after he has been penetrating himself with antiques? Ludovina came the closest. So somebody said $20, $20,000, $500, $1,000, $2,000, $100. Ludovina says $250. Actually, no, the closest is Kira K. Kira K wins $100. $100, allegedly. The article says here he has been charged with criminal mischief and is free on a $100 bond. There you go. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. You put stuff from stores that doesn't belong to you up your booty. You're good. You're good. They take you to jail. You're fine. You didn't steal it. You took it out of the booty and placed it back on the shelf. There you go. They'll let you go for $100. For whatever sort of pleasure that gave him, it was money well spent, I suppose. People pay way more for satisfaction than $100. So I want to say this was a bargain. A bargain. Debbie's like, sanitize everything everywhere. Yes, Debbie, and that's ultimately what I wanted to tell you guys. When you go shopping, and especially for you ladies who don't know how disgusting men can be, I know you know, but be careful also with the dressing rooms. Okay, dressing rooms are unisex. You go to a dressing room that's available. Just there can be sperm everywhere. Okay, a lot of people go to dressing rooms to film themselves and do shit, and disgusting. Okay, so I personally have stopped sitting down anywhere. Anywhere. Like, I mean, in a theater, Also, probably really disgusting, but what are you going to do if you're going to watch a movie? You don't know what's going down there. Okay. But if you're going to go to a theater, don't wear shorts or short skirts. Okay? Trust me. Ladies, wear pants when you go to the theater. Do not go to the theater in mini skirts and shit like you don't want that stuff to touch your skin. So be safe, okay? And if you're going to a store in dressing room, careful what you touch. Uh, you know, also bed bugs are everywhere. Also be careful. So for example, another thing that I would be very, 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 very um wary of, if you guys are going somewhere and you see that there's a place to sit and the furniture to sit on is woven fabric, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. In fact, the only stuff that I would sit on is if it's like pleather or leather, somewhere where I see the full surface where nothing can kind of crawl out from in between the woven textile. So there's that. Um, so somebody told me they got bed bugs in LA from a theater of at the Directors Guild. We're not just talking about like ratchet places where you think anywhere goes, you guys. Also luxury places. You never know, so be very safe. And this is also, for example, you guys, no, I'm serious about this. I know this sounds gross, but think about your health. For example, this is why I really, 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 really don't like ordering online anymore, because you don't know what's. First of all, those mofos be buying the clothes, wearing them one night, or doing whatever they do with them, and then they send them back. You know they do it. Okay. You get used stuff most of the time or especially if you wait until sales, when the garments have been online already for half a year and have been ordered, sent back at full price, right? And then you buy something that's been worn already. I mean, you're buying it. It might be worn even if you're buying it at full price, but it's definitely most likely been worn and then sent back several times if you're buying it on sale. And then you don't know who, what, when, where, why. Okay, in those clothes. So Brenda says Chanel boutique has tweed seats. Yeah, it's gross. Just be careful. But especially Brenda, be careful the dressing room, which is yeah. So Debbie says same in store. Yes, same in store. This is why I know it was super expensive, but when Virginie Viard was at Chanel and I did buy Chanel clothes, for the most part, I would pre-order items for me. They would manufacture them for me. Also because I order the biggest size available, and the store would not order the biggest size available if it wasn't for me pre-ordering it, right? So it's not that they order that size for the store anyway. So my sales associate would write me, "Hey, Dacob, your pre-order just arrived." And it's sealed. It's sealed. It's unopened. They open it in front of me. Nobody wore it before me. From the factory, sent to Chanel boutique, and then SA calls me, here you go, bam, got it, tried it, took it or didn't take it. Yes, I also bought stuff from Chanel on sale, in which case stuff has been tried on, but I've been fine thus far. But Target, for example, there's been an outburst of bed bugs in Target. I've heard a couple of months ago, really gross. I mean, and we go to Target and you try stuff on, you never know. It's just become really disgusting. And also, people don't care anymore because prices are so high and nobody has the money anyway. Everybody's treating everything like it's shit. There's just no respect anymore. Nobody dresses up nicely. Nobody really seems to care. Personal hygiene also seems to be something not really relevant. Yesterday, I went to the theater, right, to see Teruko's show. We exit the theater to talk to people. Teruko is thanking everybody so politely for coming, as she always does. She's super sweet and super polite. And I look, and right in front of the theater is a car with a person living inside the car. And he steps out of the car to take his clothes off, to change in his pajamas, okay? And then he goes back in, stretches out in his whole house is in his car. I mean, nothing against not having a home, but I'm like, that's life nowadays. That's life, okay? And I'm like, the other day I found somebody sleeping in a tent in Target. You know, one of those, they have like a little setup where you can buy stuff. Like some bigger Targets, they have like a little, you can buy camping gear or for the summer, like for your patio or for the backyard. And there was somebody actually sleeping inside of these little display houses that they like a little tent for camping that they built. I'm like, is that a mannequin in there to show us how it looks? Like, oh my God, no, it's a real person sleeping in there. So nobody cares, you know. We've come that far. So just be safe. I'm not saying don't pull a Karen on people. You never know what sort of difficulties people are going through. So I'm saying mind your own business. But your business is to stay healthy. So just be careful. Don't just sit anywhere. Don't just try on clothes without wearing, I don't know, leggings underneath or underwear that's going to protect your skin just in case. I know Nectarine, yes, in Target. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there you go. Debbie's like, never look inside toilets on display in hardware stores. Oh my God, Debbie. You guys, people are disgusting. I once worked in a boutique that had a back garden with a beautiful little installation where the clients of the boutique could sit down in the back, and we had also a little cute little coffee machine, and it was a nice little moment. And one evening, my colleague screams, rushes in and says, Dacob, oh my God, can you believe this? I'm like, what happened? What happened? I don't know how this person managed to sneak in. Well, first of all, it was a client. So the short story is this. My colleague found a shit-filled diaper, okay, in one of our vases, in our luxury ceramic vase or vase that is standing outside as decoration. So some bimbo, okay, went into the back garden with their baby. I don't know how, I don't know when that happened. I mean, you know, I was busy. I was, you know, I was usually in the back room and anyway, office. But so they passed by me somehow, but so I don't know who did it, but somebody literally changed their baby's diaper in our little garden and just shoved their dirty, full of shit baby diaper into the vase. And you know, we have a bathroom. We actually have garbage. Like you can actually tell us, hey, my baby just shat itself, you know. Uh, can I please change that? We would have said absolutely no problem whatsoever. We can dispose of the dirty diaper. That's really not an issue. But to not say anything and just shove it down and not because you know it started to stink. We didn't catch the diaper on the first day. FYI. That diaper has been there, has been there. And so, you know, and it's little things like this, and you might say, oh, whatever, it happens. Yeah, sure. But you guys, I mean, I wasn't born yesterday. You know, when you're like when you're 15 years old in your 20s, you're still young, you still got stuff to live and shitty experiences to experience. But these little examples, they add up. What I'm trying to say here is like, after many, many decades of shitty examples like this, you're done. At a certain point, you can't just keep saying, oh, you know, it's just an incident, it happens. I'm like, yeah, after 30,000 times of incidents like these happening, you're done. You know what I mean? You're done. Cecily says, anyone who worked retail has found pee or poop in the dressing room floor or knows someone who has. Exactly. And not just that, but also other liquids, other bodily fluids as well. Cecily says, but it wasn't always like this. People used to have some decorum. Yeah, forget it. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It just ain't happening. So, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, so just be careful out there, you know. Like I said, why did I say this story? Because of this gentleman in Texas who got caught by the police shoving stuff up his butt. There you go. That wasn't his. And then putting it back on the shelf. Contaminated. I love how they call it contaminated. He contaminated the antiques, which I think there's no better way of... Is there a better way of putting it? No, I don't think so. I think the best way to put it is he contaminated. But you guys, it's not just other people who are vile. Instagram is disgusting as well. So I posted this to my, by the way, go follow me on Dacob CC, my Chanel fan account, okay? Not affiliated with the brand whatsoever. So I posted this photo several weeks ago that I took in a beauty boutique. It's basically a pair of Chanel. Well, what is it? You tell me what this is. Actually, please describe to me this photo. Okay, so what do you see on this photo? Basically, it's a pair of sunglasses on two books. Well, they're fake books. You know, it's like, that's what it is. Sunglass, yeah. Well, oh my God, what the hell just happened here? God, I hate this. Okay. So I get a notification from Instagram. Kira K says, this is our Dacob. You're too kind. Thank you. I mean, it's just a photo of sunglasses I liked. I didn't buy those sunglasses, by the way. I just liked to take a photo of them. Just FYI. I get a notification. Hi, Despina. Kalispera, baby. Here is what Instagram, they sent me a notification to tell me this. My content has been lowered in feed. Consider editing or removing this content. You can appeal our decision if you think that we've made a mistake. Your post may not follow our guidelines on nudity or sexual activity. Hi, Nicole. How's it going, my love? Oh, so glad you made it. So, you know what I mean? I'm at my wit's end at this point. So basically, Instagram, either somebody flagged it or the Instagram bots.
Very sexy.
Or one of my haters did it. But they basically, so my photo of sunglasses to them, hi Beverly, how's it going, sweetie? Is like, yeah, your photo doesn't follow our guidelines on nudity and sexual activity. And the shades are too sexy, says Paul. That's a good one. That's a good one. But I appealed, and then a couple of hours later, they sent me an apology. Well, just like, oh, oops, yeah, we reviewed your, we reviewed this. Wait, what did they write, actually? Here is the, this is, I took the screenshot a while ago, but so this is the chronology. First here, your followers are less likely to see this post. They may not follow our community guidelines on sexual blah, blah, blah. Then I requested a review, and it says you'll get a notification once we have the final decision. And then you see, shortly after that, shortly after I requested a review, they said, we've reviewed your post and it is no longer lowered in feed. We determined that it follows our community guidelines. We're sorry that we got this wrong and appreciate your feedback. Except guess what? I still have a strike. They didn't take the strike away from my channel. So they just, like, that photo is no longer limited. But when you go to my account, it still has an exclamation mark next to like content lowered in feed. I still have the tag ticked. They didn't take that away. So I have to delete the photo if I want that exclamation mark to go. You know what? And this has been my week so far. On a positive note, I watched the Faye Dunaway documentary on HBO Max. I loved it. I highly recommend it to everybody. And I even posted it on my Insta stories. This is the poster from it. Highly recommend it. Faye, HBO original. Who she was, who she is. Yes, Quinn. Awesome, awesome documentary. Really, really loved it. Hi, Cecilia Brown. Morning, Dacob. Glad I caught you loud. Glad you're with us. So that's something nice that happened. And then, does anybody, Nicole, you object. Thank you, Nicole. And does anybody else remember 6 Feet Under? Hi, Haute Pink Ray. How did you go? How is it going, sweetie? How do you get them to take the strike from you? They don't. And you get 3 strikes to delete your channel. The only way to take the strike away, now that I have appealed and they have given me the right, they're like, oh, oops, we made a mistake. Now the next step is, if I want that strike gone, if I want that exclamation mark gone, and if I want to turn the exclamation mark into a green check again, I have to delete the photo. Okay. Now, do you guys remember 6 Feet Under? Alan Ball is the author and the writer. I mean, amazing show. I think it's like 20 years old now. Gosh, how time flies. And Frances Conroy was in it, a younger version of Frances Conroy, and I love her so much. We all know her also from American Horror Stories or Horror Story. But before American Horror Story, way before, she was the mother, main character mother of the family of the undertakers or of the funeral home in 6 Feet Under. What a wonderful show. One of her sons, it's a very dysfunctional family. One of her sons, he has a sex addiction, blah, blah. Hi, how's it going, sweetie? And he kind of meets this chick while he's flying home for the holidays. And they have like great sex and everything. And her name is Brenda, by the way. And then they kind of end up being together, spoiler alert, for a long period of time. But anyway, that actress, she's amazing. I loved her so much in 6 Feet Under, and I had no clue that she was from New Zealand. She nailed the American accent perfectly. So, just a couple of days ago, I find out that she's in a new show that she actually co-produced because she wanted to be in it. I guess it's really hard to get parts these days, so you gotta be your own executive producer if you want to act as well. Hi, Karen Brody. How's it going, sweetie? You used to watch 6 Feet Under, loved it. Yeah, I mean, amazing show. I highly recommend 6 Feet Under. Rachel Griffith. Thank you, Deborah, so much for reminding me the name. Yes, Rachel Griffith. I adore her. So she now co-produced a new show, you guys. I highly recommend it. It is amazing. It's called Madam or Madame. And it's exactly what you think it is. It's exactly what you think it is. It plays in New Zealand where prostitution is legal, you know. You can legally open up a brothel. And so in the first episode, she finds out that her husband is cheating on her. And she finds out with who. And she confronts the lady that he's cheating with. And the lady says, I'm not your husband's lover. I'm his hooker. So just give me a break. I don't love him. He doesn't love me. So anyway, long story short, she doesn't break up with the hubby. Instead, she's like, you know what? Let me go and see where this girl works. So she goes to the brothel. She sees the working conditions. The working conditions are terrible because like a man owns the brothel and he's mistreating the ladies and it's all really disgusting. So she's like, you know what? But it's good money. Let me open up an ethical brothel. So this show is about her becoming a madam. And she opens up her brothel, an ethical brothel, like woman-owned brothel, super empowering. Oh my God, I love it. Only 3 episodes are out until now. You know, it's 1 episode a week. So I watched the first 3 episodes. I'm hooked. She's amazing. Even though Rachel Griffith is from New Zealand and this show is playing in New Zealand, her character is American who moved to New Zealand. So she speaks with an American accent again, right? So she doesn't have the New Zealand accent. She has the American accent in a New Zealand show. A little bit weird, but I love her with her American. I think she's great when she speaks the American accent. I love her both ways, but I love her both ways. That sounded weird. But Madam, but without an E at the end, Karen. It's just MDAM. Let me see if I can find a poster. Nicole, yes, Madame. Liz M says interesting. No, it's super fun, but a very modern take on owning your own body and doing with it what you want. Oh, it's really, really good, you guys. So let me see. Oh, there it is. And all of her ladies that work for her, I mean, every character is delicious. Oh, I'm sorry, Melissa. Oh yeah, I know. For you guys, it's offensive if you mix New Zealand with Australia. So Melissa is like, no, she is Australian, not New Zealandish. My apologies. My apologies. My apologies. Here's the poster. There's a lot of green, so you're going to see a little bit of transparency there, you guys, but there you go. Look at that. Madam. Rachel Griffiths, Madam. The mother of all madams. Ah, look at that. The mother of all madams. And these are the characters. These are some of her ladies that work for her. And it's really good. Really good. I highly recommend it. Hi, Nina and B. Hello, Dacob. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sweetie. Thanks, Debbie. I'm sad and just having your hello made my day. Have a great day. Bye, everyone. Oh, Nina, I hope you're doing better now. I'm sorry you're suffering. No, it's not depressing at all, Cecily. The show? No. No. It's not depressing at all. It's very empowering. Melissa's like, we're a little touchy on that subject. Yes, I know. I've heard between New Zealand and Australia. Deborah says, she's Australian, but honestly, no big deal. Rachel is very down to earth and hilarious herself. And they're not showing all the characters on this photo. Oh, it's so delicious because like one of the ladies that works for her, like she's a little bit older and she's just discovering her sexuality. And it's so beautiful to see that somebody like more advanced in age can also discover attraction also to the same sex, but also the opposite sex. It's like it's so beautiful because it basically shows you like it's never too late to discover yourself and to find the way that you love being with yourself and accepting your body. It's such a good show. So anyway, I recommend it. There you go. So that was kind of one of the good things that happened this week, that I watched the Faye Dunaway documentary, that I found this gorgeous show with Rachel Griffith, or Griffiths. Rachel Griffiths. Yeah, with an S at the end. Rachel Griffiths. The Australian Rachel Griffiths, Madam, the mother of all madams. The luxury bucket list, like I'm so in. Yeah, no, it's such a good, it really, you guys, give it a go. It's a little bit of dry humor in there as well. By the way, one of her sons has, he's in a wheelchair and he has some form of debility. I mean, he's a teenager, but he can't really speak. And so they're also addressing, like, okay, so a teenager like that, like, how does he deal with his sexuality? You know what I mean? So it's so funny how she and her husband are like taking turns. So while he's in the bathroom doing what he wants to do, they still have to be careful that he doesn't fall and hurt himself. So they're like taking turns standing in front of the door of the bath. I mean, it's hilarious, but it's also very real. I think they found a very good balance of how not to make it depressing and how to make it very interesting to watch without you feeling ick. So there you go. There you go. Uh, Deborah says, my sister used to do catering on film sets, and Rachel is one of her favorite actors, and as a person in real life. You see, I never met Rachel, but she always gave me good energy. Every time I see her in an interview or in a TV show, I always think to myself, her I would like to meet. That's a person I would like to meet. I always feels good energy when I see her. I don't know why. Even if it's only through the screen, because I never got to meet her in real life. But so there you go. You know. Oh, sleep well, Dee Dee. Yeah, I know you gotta heal. Get better soon. Get better soon. Yeah. Okay. Well, I can't. Yeah. Hi, Jenny Young. Hi, Jenny Young. Yes, it seems like that's my weekend sweated binging on this, right? There you go. And also, you know what? Before we get to the topics, does anybody know what this means? Mm. That's Spunky Charlie Ritzwater. I just Spunky Charlie the Ritzwater. IYKYK. If you know, you know. And also, I want to say happy birthday, Queen Camilleeerrrr. Today, Queen Consort, right? I know how the Brits, just like the Australians, are particular about not being mixed up with New Zealanders and vice versa. You know that the UKers are like, she ain't no queen. She Queen Consort. I'm like, okay, we'll go. Well, guess what, you guys? Happy birthday to Queen Camilleeerrrr.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, I'm living Fairwood. Happy birthday to you.
So, to commemorate Queen Consort Camilleeerrr's birthday, Teruko Nakajima has gifted us, the Fashion Bunker, thank you, Teruko, so much, a little cake for Queen Camilleeerrrr, and I'ma eat it, and Ha'ana, because I need some sugar, and also because, why not? Let's celebrate Camilleeerrrr. So, you guys, this is so delicious. I had one yesterday. It was so good that I'm like, I need one today for Queen Camilleeerrr's birthday. It's a vegan Rice Krispie treat made with coconut milk and coconut flakes. It might not look like much. There she is, Teruko. Teruko is like, love you. So I want to say this treat is brought to you courtesy of Teruko Nakajima and Titi. It's a vegan Rice Krispie treat made with coconut. It's huge. I mean, Queen Camilleeerrrr, can we handle a big loaf like this? Oh, Camilla, I bet you can. We are size queens after all. Oh, oh my God. Stephanie says it looks like Camilla. Stephanie, what do you mean it looks like Camilleeerrrr? Mm. Mm-mm. Oh my God, it's so good. And it's not over sugary. You know how Rice Krispie treats can be like super. Azir, size queens. Oh my God, I'm gagging. We talk about size queens, and Azir comes by, appears. Oh, honey. Oh, honey, I can handle any size. Mmm. Mmm. Hi, Pumpkin Ziggy. Oh my God, this is so good, you guys. No, seriously, because it's not too sweet. And the coconut flavor is so good. There's no milk in here because it's vegan. Debbie's like, can you really handle every size? Wouldn't you like to know? Debbie, are you hiding a little secret? Debbie, are you trying to tell us something? Shopkins says, well, she did keep Charles despite the beautiful late Princess Diana. Well. Heaven's like, that's huge. Tracy Ullman did a fabulous spoof on Camilla. It's on YouTube. Tracy's a genius. Camilla would laugh along. She's a good sport. Love Tracy Ullman. Love her. Love her to bits. Tracy does everybody perfectly. Orange says, that's what she said. Physics says, nah. Nay says, really? Oh. Mm-hmm. Period. No, seriously. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh my God, it's so good. I'm gonna need to get another one. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh. Queen Camilla, we're eating all this sugar in your honor. Oh my God. It's the coconut for me. Like, and honestly, I don't know what this part that looks like the white creamy part that looks like let's just put it this way. It looks like Charlie made it. It looks like Charlie helped to make this Rice Krispie treat. And now you know why it's called a treat, honey. Yeah. Yeah. Teruko's like, hello, our lovely people. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna eat the whole thing. I'll take one more bite and then we're gonna go into the other because some people, can you believe, are complaining. I had a chip like a year ago, and somebody commented, so vulgar, so offensive. Stop chewing on those chips while you're live streaming. How dare you? I'm like, excuse you?
Not only are you not a very nice person, you're also a slob.
Oh my God, Nicole, I need a whole sheet cake of that. No, Nicole, seriously. We should go together to that place because it's so, and because it's not so sweet, you can really eat a ton of it and you don't even realize. Oh. Okay, I ate half of it. I'm gonna keep the other half for later. Oh my God, this is so good, you guys. I might have to go again later to get one. Yes, this is so good. It's worth getting into your car in the middle of the night and driving there to pick one up. Like, that's how good it is. That's how good it is. No, seriously. It's been a while that I found a vegan treat that is on this level. It's seriously amazing. Oh, Yanis is like, oh, no worries. I eat too. Keep eating, please. Thank you. Very kind. Thank you. Let me remind you about the merch, you guys, because Spring just announced that they're doing 20% off. So until the 26th of July, if you wish to get any merch from the Fashion Bunker, it's available now. From now until the 26th of July, if you use the coupon code HEATWAVE20 at www.superdacob.com. Well, what do you know? There you go. Now let me freshen up my makeup powder because, oh, Nicole's like, it's a date, baby. Yes, I know, but you can only do weekends, right? Which is difficult because a hoe has to live stream and then I'm a zombie. But it depends. I mean, if I manage to live stream like really early, which let's face it, I'm not good at that. Not much of a morning person. Um, then I actually still have the rest of the day. Although, you know what? Last week I was exhausted. So we did a really early pre-show. Hi Audrey, by the way. We did a really early pre-show. We did an early main show, and then I actually had the whole day ahead of myself. I collapsed. 2 live streams took. So I was like, took the makeup off after the second show. And I was like, oh, let me change my outfit. Maybe I can go shopping. Maybe do a little something. Maybe I can do a little something in the city. Yeah, let me just sit down on the couch just a minute, just to kind of collect my thoughts. Sit down on the couch for a minute. Girl, I woke up at 8 p.m. So that was like 2 p.m. Okay. 2 p.m. I sat down on the couch for a minute. I woke up at 8 p.m. and I was like, who am I? Where am I? Why am I? No, you have no clue. It takes the life out of me, the live streams. So just checking out food between my teeth. No, we're good to go. Let's get Charlie to help us. Oh, this liquor store makes Rice Krispie treats, and they are the stalest, hardest things. Oh no, Nate, that's not good. This one is super soft. This one is not hard, not stale, just stiff. You just the right amount of stiff. I wake, hey. Yeah, nay. Sometimes the body's just like, no. Yeah, we sleep now, we go. Oh, I should blacklight the water. Yeah, just stiff. Cecily. So, we have a topic, you guys. Well, bear with me. It's the summer hole, as they call it. Oh, another little double entendre. But because it's not like the fashion world is doing a lot lately. But luxury beauty worker cries tears of joy after resigning from the dream job that made her feel burned out. That's the topic. Well, let's do it. My mom, when she was still alive, always made the most delicious Rice Krispie treats. They would melt in your mouth. Oh, Terry, that's delicious. Ah, food memories. You know what? Food memories are some of the best memories. Pumpkin Ziggy Camilla. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Kelsey. Greetings to you too, sweetie. Greetings to you and to Guam. All right, let's do this. Okay. So, hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. We got an article from Your Tango about a luxury beauty worker crying tears of joy after she finally quit her job. She resigned from her dream job, a luxury dream job, because it made her feel burned out. And this is a really interesting topic because very often, I mean, I've also worked in the luxury field, both behind the scenes and on the sales floor and during Fashion Week. I've done it all. And I can tell you, working in the boutiques is no joke. It is hard, really psychologically straining and physically straining. And the article is from Your Tango. It says, she encouraged others to put their own needs first because no job should come between you and your mental health. Now, that's the bottom line. But so it's interesting because she says that it doesn't matter if you're working at a job that directly aligns with your interests, if it's taking a toll on your mental health, right? So, and again, whenever we have these really highly stressful situations related to luxury and fashion, and something is going wrong, guess from which country the story comes from? Australia. What's up with Australia? Why do we always have all of these weirdest scenarios, okay, happening always in Australia? Can somebody tell me what's up with luxury in Australia? The luxury, I mean, poor Jessie. Jessie's the only one who is salvageable from this entire mess. By the way, shout out to Jessie Style. Go subscribe to her channel. On the tubes. But anyway, this is happening in Australia. And so they say such was the case of a woman in Australia who admitted in a TikTok video that despite working at her dream job, she ended up having to quit because of the toll that it was taking on her well-being. And then she describes kind of how it all begins. She did apply for the job and she went through the whole process of the interviews. You know how it is. I mean, it's not like you just go to one interview and they're like, oh, you look good. Your resume looks good. You're hired. Usually it's like 2, 3, 4 steps of the interview until they finally make the decision. That's how it is in luxury. And then, so obviously they also do that in part to make you feel like you owe them something, which is the part I hate the most, to be perfectly honest with you. And again, this is where HR, looking at you, Lena Nair. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's a legend, just my opinion. But you know, Lena used to be the head of HR at Unilever. And now she's the head of bacon at Chanel. I mean, CEO of Chanel. And so HR's job is to, weed out the crazies and the people who are not really qualified to do the job. But at the same time, they're also there to make you, as a potential employee, feel as though you should be thankful that they're hiring you. When in reality, it's a give and take scenario. Yes, you're thankful to have a job, but your employer, if they do decide to hire you, it's because they think that you can bring something substantial to the table. You can contribute to the brand or to the company. And here is the part. Sorry, my hair just got stuck to my necklace. Okay, I detached it. And here's the interesting part, because you come to a point where you have to realize that they're hiring you because you're good. Okay, but they don't really tell you that. They want you to feel like you should be really grateful that you passed the 2, 3, or 4 interviews and then you finally got the job. And they do that to psychologically also make you kind of not demand too much, you know? When the negotiations then begin with like the salary and the this and the that, they want you to feel like you could lose that job very easily if you demand too much, right? So she fell for it. So this lady in Australia fell for it. And so she got the job. And pretty soon they started giving her more and more tasks. And, they made her feel like she should be grateful to have the job. So she would take on more than she was paid to do. And pretty soon, she says, she was made to feel as though her private life and the hobbies that she had and like working out to, keep the body in shape kind of all started to be pushed more in the background the more she worked. So she would kind of start doing overtime, in some cases not paid overtime. And then she said, at one point, they didn't tell it to her in words, but you know how the job environment can be toxic and you're led to feel and believe as though that is your number one priority. So you're led, and again, Lena Nair, in an interview, in several interviews that we've watched her do on YouTube with Business of Fashion and Bloomberg, she said very clearly, you have to love your job, and enjoy the position you're in. You don't have to climb the social ladder. I'm at the top. Don't take my position. Stay low, allegedly. And so obviously they made her feel like she has to prove herself. And how does she prove herself? By doing more than she's asked to do, And of course, when they saw her doing more than she was asked to do, it's not like they stopped her and said, hey, slow down. It's okay. You're doing fine. Slow down. You don't have to do more. No, they let her do more. And they profited off of that. You know, they see a worker willing to go way and beyond what they're asked to do and not paid extra to do it. They're going to be like, oh, look at you, sucker. You want to do it and for free? Yeah, keep doing it. So little by little, she stopped going to the gym. She had no more time to really go to the gym. She wasn't motivated anymore. She kind of in her mind started thinking, well, my job is my hobby now. My job is my priority. I live for my job. So she, you know, she stopped taking care of herself, of the shape of the body, whatever. She stopped her hobbies. She spent less and less time with the family. And it came to a point where she realized she had nuked her identity. She was no longer really in touch with herself, right? She was living in function of the job. And then she was thinking really hard about quitting, resigning, and then she formulated her resignation letter. And then she was scared to give the resignation letter to, you know, her manager because again, that pressure, you know, it's like you get brainwashed into thinking that this is your existence. Like if you don't do this job anymore, like you don't exist. And this is a psychological type of warfare that they're doing on people. I'm not even joking, you guys. This is very, very dangerous and many jobs do this. Nobody talks about this. And they're never going to admit it because if they were to admit it, you got a lawsuit on your, you know, on your side that you could perpetrate and pursue. So nobody really talks about this, but psychologically and subconsciously, you get put in a position where you really get anxiety attacks thinking, okay, if I leave this job, then I'm not going to get good credentials. Then the next job I get, they're going to want to hear from this job how I was, and then they're going to tell them that I was bad at my job. So you are kind of enslaved to that system. And that fear made her not quit for the longest time until she really got a nervous breakdown, a total burnout. Then she finally quit. She also started, you know, seeing a shrink. So she stopped going to the gym, but started going to the shrink instead. I mean, like, so you need to shrink at a certain point. You need to go to a psychologist or psychiatrist, psychologist in her case, I think, in order to kind of just maintain the job, to be able to somehow function at your job and not completely burn out and freak out. And I'm like, what sort of life is that? But you know what? You'd be surprised. Many people are going through this. And this is a situation that a lot of people are going through this. And they're not talking about it because there's a lot of shame and stigma surrounding this topic. And, you know, we haven't really made big steps forward when it comes to physical SA, not sales associate, not that essay, the other essay. You know, we talk about this often, especially when women get harassed. There's a lot in our society, there's a lot of victim blaming and victim shaming, and a lot of women don't come forward because they're just scared that somebody's going to tell them, well, it was your fault, bitch, because you wore a short skirt. You were begging, ferret, you know? So there's a lot of that terrible, terrible victim blaming that we're working on as a society. Well, we're saying we're working on it, but I've seen a lot of instances lately, real time, where I was, you know, I have seen the opposite of that actually happening, which is really sad. But what I want to say is that's already kind of at least a topic that at least some of us, you know, are really strong about and talk about it openly. And it's become more acceptable to talk about it. It wasn't just a couple of decades ago, you guys. Even this was totally shameful. Nobody would talk about it, right? But now there's this other level of a lot of people are really embarrassed and ashamed to admit and to talk about the peer pressure that they have at work, the mental breakdowns that they're having at work. Why are they ashamed? Why is there a stigma? Because a lot of these companies and corporations make you feel like, well, honey, if you can't take this workload, you're not good enough. There's another 20 people waiting in line to take your job, so somebody will be strong enough and good enough to do your job if you can't. And you see, this is how they get you. This is how they make you feel lesser than. This is how they make you feel like you have to shove underneath the carpet whichever insecurities you have or whichever anxieties, or just the fact that the workload that they're shoving onto you is too much. And there's this stigma to speak out about it and to say, hey, this is too much, because if you say it openly, they're going to say, oh, you're complicated. Oh, look at you acting up. Oh, look at you being a diva. Oh, this is too much for you, poor baby. Yeah, then go home. Okay, go home. There's somebody who's ready to take your job for less pay. Somebody who's more desperate than you, in other words, somebody who's more thirsty than you to take your job. And this has to stop. Like, we have to really come to a point where we are honest about this, where we don't feel guilty and bad and ashamed to say openly, hey, you're demanding too much. I don't have my own life anymore. Some of these corporations, let's not make any names. Lena, are you listening? They don't even want you to have an Instagram account. Not really. And if you do have an Instagram account, your private Instagram account, while you're working for said company, they're like, try not, don't post private stuff on your Instagram, They control everything about your life. Oh, don't wear tattoo. Don't, get tattoos done while you're working for us. No piercings. Don't do this. Don't behave like that. Don't wear this. Don't wear that. I don't like how you look. Oh, cut your hair, In many jobs nowadays, if you're a man, in the United States, in Europe, some European countries, they cannot discriminate you for your hair. But in America, a man with long hair, in many places, they can fire you for having long hair. You got to have that conservative, short-cut hair in order to be eligible to maintain your job or to be hired. So this is why I'm saying it's a big problem, and especially when it comes to luxury, because, first of all, why especially? Every field is difficult nowadays, but with luxury, you have that extra added element of, if you're working on the sales floor, they want you to be presentable. They want you to represent a luxury's dream of unattainability, but they're putting so much pressure on you that you can't even manage anymore to have time to work out, to get a toned body, to show off the body in your uniform while you're at work. You don't have the time anymore to go on a regular basis to a beauty salon to get your hair cut properly, you don't have enough time in the morning to put on the makeup properly so that you can be presentable at work. Why? Because it's the work environment itself that causes so much stress and pressure that you can't anymore. And of course you go in burnout. Of course you go in burnout. It's insane. Nicole says in the chats, I personally find I need to scroll that chat up. A lot of employers' mental health resources as performative. They don't really care. Yeah, they just say there's mental health department, but it's just to protect themselves from potential legal issues. But they don't really care. I agree with you. Ellie says corporations don't have feelings. It's all about the money. Cecilia says, this is happening in all industries. I'm expected to do half of my workload in my spare time, unpaid. And if I fuss, I'll be quickly replaced by younger, more eager, and cheaper employee. There you go. You see, Cecily says, there has to be a fundamental change to how we approach work. But there won't be, because these corporations are very powerful. They're big and they're lobbyists. So they are in cahoots with the politicians and with the lawmakers, and there's no way of changing it. The only way to change it is if you take the power back into your own hands, but the only power you can have is your spending. So only if people stop buying from those brands. will it change. But from within, it's very difficult to change the workers because, like I said, there's always somebody more desperate or younger, or like Cecily says, more younger than you who's willing to take the job for less. And so in terms of employees changing something, very difficult. You can unionize. Corporations hate when you unionize, but even the unions don't have full power. Even the unions, and we've seen it happening with SAG-AFTRA, right? Just a couple of months ago when the union was fighting for better, fairer pay for the actors and crew. Did they get their demands met? No. In part. Yes, it's always a compromise, but it wasn't anywhere near to what would be considered technically the minimal necessary to live a healthy life, to have safe health insurance for the work that you do, and so on and so forth. But so really the only way that we can take the power back is not as employees, in my opinion, but as customers. As customers. That's the only way. That's the only way. So don't go to buy stuff in a boutique where you know that the co-workers are mistreated. Then don't give them your money. And this is where I'm getting to the focal point of all of this. How do we get to know about this? Well, you're at the right place. My channel is one of those places. How do we as customers, but also as employees, get together to talk and to find a place where we can exchange actually this form of information and learn from each other, help each other? This is where social media comes in handy. Platform like YouTube and on my channel in particular, this is what I strive towards all the time. Getting to share with you this intel and information so that, first of all, the people who are hired by these companies, you as a worker, as an employee, you don't have to go out on a limb and risk losing your job by speaking out. I'll do it for you. Because, bitch, I'm on nobody's paycheck but my own. So, like I said in a couple of videos ago, I have nothing to lose but my dignity. So it's really hard for them to come for me. And if I share the information with you guys and we get to discuss this, that's a whole different ballpark. This is literally what a grassroots movement is made of. So the power is in our hands. But as consumers, we're living in a consumer society where they want to hook you with FOMO, and we've made several videos on the topic of how brand marketing works and how they try to manipulate you into feeling the need to purchase something rather than just the desire, because there's a difference between what we want and what we need. And I've explained this in other videos. But if you free yourself from the FOMO and you start really voting with your wallet, oh, then the music changes, and it changes oh so quickly. The second they're not earning their money, and if they are a publicly owned company, the second that their shareholders are not getting their upped percentages of earnings every quarter, then the music changes. And we've seen it just happen at Burberry just the other day. They fired the CEO. Why? Because nobody's buying their shitty shit for the extremely high prices. And they're like, oh, damn. I'm like, yeah, well, wake up and smell the coffee. You know, yes, consumers are dumb, but we're not that dumb. And we're waking up. More and more, little by little, we're waking up. We're waking up. We can unify. The consumers, different type of union than a labor union, okay? The consumer union, because we share information with each other. You know, you can also always send me confidentially an email to superdacob@gmail.com if you wish to share something that happened to you at work. Of course, I'll keep it confidential if you want me to keep it confidential, but I can then spread the news here, not use your name, but I could say, hey guys, somebody from some stores told me this. This is happening to them. And look at that. We have a platform here. And then, because how else would that other person have had the chance to spread awareness about some form of injustice happening to them at their work? There's no other way. So I'm really glad to spread that awareness for you. So let me know your thoughts and prayers down below. And I'm really, really glad. And thumb up the video if you liked it and share this video with others. And I'm really, really glad that this lady from Australia got the nerve and the guts. Finally, she stepped up to the occasion and she did hand in her resignation letter. And she says she's feeling much better now that she is no longer working in such a toxic environment that took up her entire life. She didn't have any more private sphere left. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. This is why communities are really important. This is why communities are really important. Think about it. See, social media can be used for really interesting purposes, not just, here's another $15,000 unboxing of what hubby got me at Hermes last week in Hawaii. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Bye. Was the last comment shade warranted? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, somebody bought a hoodie. Thank you so much, sweetie. Hi, Aish. Thank you so very much for talking about this, Zivia. Imagine how many young people listening to you and feeling empowered now to stand up for themselves. And I'm not saying that I have the power to change the world. I really do not have that power. But never underestimate all of us together, because combined, when we are combined, then we have power. When we are isolated and alone, no power. Then we're silenced by the big corporation construct because they are bigger than us. But when we unify, then we got power. Then the music changes all of a sudden. Ray says, yeah, I agree. We do have to speak out even if it's uncomfortable. And let me tell you, and this is also why it's really important. I know, especially when it comes to America and with the election year coming up, I know how sensitive of a subject that is. And I know that the people are so split up between who to vote for. And I keep repeating that I really don't care who you vote for. I'm not judging you either way. We have to step above the politics and step above what the politicians are trying to do to us. The politicians are trying to separate us because separate and conquer, that's the buzz, that's the drill. Okay, not on my channel. So, I'm really happy and very, very proud to say that, there are people watching me who are, Republican, who are Democrat, who are not on any side or who are on a totally different side. I'm like, great. That is perfect because I love when all of these politics just become so irrelevant because we find a common ground, which is so much more noble and human and emotional. And when there's love involved, politics don't stand a chance. It just crumbles. All of it is just gone. It does not stand a chance once we unify. But only if we unify above politics. You just give up the whole political bullshit. You see through it. You see through their lies and their deceptions. And you say, hold on a minute. I know at the end of the day, y'all are just doing all of this because you just want to get richer. Bottom line. Okay. And the rest of us, the 99% rest of us, what are we left with? Mud. Dirt. That's all we're left with. So I'm back to the beginning. What do we have to lose? Nothing but our dignity, because we've already lost everything else, you guys. This is what we have to realize. We already have nothing left. And the people are tired. And when people have nothing else left to lose, then the ones in power should get scared. Because when people have nothing left to lose, that's when revolutions begin. You know, as long as there's a little bit of comfort, you're comfortable and you have a little bit of, you're not going to do anything. But once you got nothing left, the instinct of preservation and survival kicks in. That's when the few in power, that's when they should get scared. Yeah. There you go. Oh no, Inga. See, and here I thought this bullshit was only going on in IT. You mean Italy? Do you mean Italy? Because IT, you mean IT as in computers. But now I feel more educated, says Inga. Do you mean IT as in like computer tech world, or do you mean it? Because IT would be ITA for Italy. So I don't know what you mean. If you mean the political situation in Italy, that's, it's the same, terrible at the moment in Italy as well, by the way, just FYI. The situation is really bad in Italy, you guys. Cecily says, corporations lobby politicians in both parties. Yeah, they're the ones who dictate the political theater. Yes, exactly. And we're fueling them by giving them our money constantly. These corporations that then lobby with our money, the politicians, to change the laws in their favor. Computer, says Inga. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Inga. I mean, every profession has its niche corners that are, toxic, that can be toxic. Information technology, Deborah. Thanks. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of talk to you about that. I just found that kind of an interesting topic to talk about. Oh, Ellie, thank you so much, sweetie.
Ellie donated $20. Thank you, Dacob, for a great message. We need it right now. Love, heart.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Hit it, Bubbles. And then at the end of the day, I mean, we're still here. And it's, Nicole Pancakes. Take up for Presidente. And Nicole Vice Presidente. We should all be presidents together. Here's the deal. There's also kind of like you can find an interesting line to combine everything together. I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't like beautiful objects, nice things, enjoying the pleasantries in life, because you have to fight everything. Like you have to be extremist in every regard. No, I'm also not saying that. But just be more conscious, of how you're spending your money. And we also have a tendency of kind of, our society is very addictive. Like we have these addictive tendencies that, again, brand marketing instills in us, so we tend to over binge on things. We overeat, we overspend, we overconsume, we buy doubles of things. I'm guilty as charged, and we don't need all of that. So just toning that down a bit already helps a lot. Hi, DL Pike. How's it going, sweetie? So there's that. The other topic that I wanted to we'll go with y'all. I'm just trying to see here. So the next topic I want to talk about is where is it? Just a second. Um I wanted to kind of segue. That's why I'm looking at this just a second. Okay, let's do the next one. Bunkerocracy. Oh my God, Nicole, that's awesome. FOMO is real, Audrey. Yeah. See if my lippy is falling apart. Oh no, it's still holding on. Okay. Let me just add some more of this. Hi, Rhea. Oh, you guys, I forgot to tell you, thumb up the live stream. Gosh, I should have said it at the beginning. I totally forgot. You know, it means the world, especially in summer when like nobody's watching really YouTube. So it's kind of the only way to get YouTube's algorithm to show my channel to new people. All right, let's do this. Hi, everybody. Dacob. Pop, pop, pop. No, it's okay. We can do it. Hi, everybody. Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. We just made a topic about taking back the power in our hands as a consumer, also as a worker of the corporations. And the best way to do it, we vote with our money. Our wallets are the tune of the music to which the corporations sing and dance for us, not the other way around. Always remember that. And in fact, it would appear as though our wallets have been starting to speak and sing. Oh, yes, honey, because I have here the Rob report reporting slowing demand for luxury goods. Listen to this, Linda. Causes industry execs to lose $24 billion. Oh my. How deep have we fallen? Well, let's touch base on this article and see who is the loser. Well, they're still billionaires. Let's not be fooled about this, but interesting in which direction the wind has turned at the moment. But before we get to it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, Super Dacob, all spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week. So come join the fun, come join the chats. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. Ale. Let me blend in Mr. Bernard Arnault. Oh, look at a little flirty pose. Look at Mr. Bernard Arnault, flirty, flirty, flirty. Yeah. So anyway, this gentleman owns LVMH. Huge conglomerate, baby. Luxury, honey. And he was kind of, for a certain period of time, the richest man in the world, allegedly. Richest man in the world. Oh, Bernie. Bernie, Bernie, Bernie. Listen, Linda. According to this article, he lost a ton of money this year because, well, people aren't buying Louis Vuitton anymore. And also, people are not buying so much champagne anymore. What do they say? They say LVMH founder has seen his net worth plummet this year, part of a larger downturn in the luxury market that has caused billionaires in the field to lose a collective of $24 billion in 2024 so far. And by the way, 2024 so far has only seen 2 quarters. You know, the first 3 months or the first 6 months of the year have passed. So thus far, that means these first 6 months of 2024, they have lost $24 billion. We still have half a year to go. Oh, quel dommage. So anyway, Bloomberg reported that on Tuesday. Now, Arnault himself is down $10.8 billion to date in this year, with his wealth sitting at $197 billion. Oh, I feel so sad for him. Like I said in some other video, we should start a GoFundMe to help Bernie get back to $200 billion. Poor guy. He's now sitting at $197 billion net worth. I think we, the poor, should all help him out You know, we should all contribute. We should all start a GoFundMe to try to raise $2 billion or $3 billion to help Bernard get back to 200 billion. I think it's just fair. You know, I think it's just fair that a billionaire remains a billionaire. You understand? Yeah, he's now behind Elon Musk. Oh, because he's at 197 billion. Elon Musk is at $270 billion. And Jeff Bezos is at $215 billion on the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. Interesting, isn't it? And along with Arnaud, luxury world billionaires such as Françoise Bettencourt-Mayer and François-Henri Pinault have seen their fortunes tumble as well. At the end of last year, Bettencourt-Mayer, or Mayers, whatever you pronounce it, became the first woman worth $100 billion, but her net worth now sits at $89.9 billion. Another GoFundMe I think we should start. And Pinault has seen his wealth cut in half over the past 3 years. I mean, his wealth cut in half over the past 3 years. Bloomberg noted, as it's now at $27.6 billion. In total, the 6 people on Bloomberg's ranking who have made their money in luxury goods have seen their cumulative wealth drop by 5% this year alone. The rest of the 500-person group, however, has seen their net worth rise an impressive 13%, or $1 trillion. Yes, you guys, we are no longer in the billion range. We are in the trillion range. So all of the billionaires, in other words, that have been dealing with luxury fashion and design of sorts, they have lost money. Or, well, they're not earning as much as they used to during the pandemic. Let's just put it that way. While the other billionaires that are working in the car industry, probably pharmaceuticals, warfare, they have risen their increase together to a trillion amount. $1 trillion. And the gulf between the two groups hasn't been so big since May 2022, the outlet noted. So we have the 500-person group of the billionaires. Some of them are sinking, some of them are rising, and then there's nothing in between, and then there's the rest of the world. The rest of the world, which is the 99%. So these billionaires are the 1%. Okay. The 99% together, the entire 99% of humanity together, when you add up whatever poverty everybody has, it doesn't add up to the amount that these 500 people have. Okay? So there's how many people on this planet? 8 billion? 9 billion people on this planet? 9 billion people on this planet. 500 of them together own more than the rest 8 billion, 500 million, blah, 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 blah. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. So anyway, the article also says the drop-off in this wealth is a sign of the overwhelmingly choppy waters that the luxury world finds itself in right now. Many brands are struggling, with Arnaud's LVMH reporting slower sales growth in fashion and leather goods in the first quarter of 2024. That's what Bloomberg wrote. And Bettencourt-Mayer's L'Oréal, meanwhile, is experiencing a slowdown around the world and at different price points. The company oversees its namesake brand as well as labels like Lancôme and Yves Saint Laurent for perfumes and beauty. And Pinault's Kering said, so YSL Beauty falls under Bettencourt or L'Oréal, while Saint Laurent Fashion falls under Pinault Kering. A little bit complicated, but that's how it is. So, Kering said earlier this year that it's expecting profits to drop in the first half of 2024. Not only did their profits drop, but they started dropping their prices as well. Oopsie. Interesting, right? LVMH, L'Oreal, and the other groups are set to release their earning reports later this month because the second quarter of the year has passed. So they have their shareholders to answer to. So they have to make their financial reports because they are public companies. So we're going to see these numbers trickling in very, very soon. And we're going to see how well or bad they've been doing in the second quarter of 2024. Very interesting. But the season got off to a less than stellar start, with Burberry replacing its CEO in response to a profit warning, and Swatch noting a downturn in sales and profits. Consumers aren't spending as much as they used to on luxury goods, and the billionaires are feeling the effects in their own pocketbooks. Isn't that something? And to that effect, they've also counted a lot on China. And I also wanted to talk to you quickly about the Chinese situation at the moment, because a lot of these luxury brands have been really counting on the Chinese market and Chinese population that has seen a boom in economy to really save them, So, and during the lockdown years, where nobody could really travel, everybody was kind of stuck in their own countries, buying whatever they could or would or should not, but still coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? And the Chinese have been in lockdown for a longer time. And so a lot of the spending was happening in their own country. And a lot of the European or American luxury brands would open up a ton of boutiques, would expand their businesses in China. They were making a lot of money there. It all stopped. On one end, China started promoting more and more its own internal luxury products, which started selling more and more and more. But then the second the lockdown stopped, people started traveling abroad again, purchasing outside of China. So the luxury brands that were selling in China saw a fall from grace. And then Japan kicked in. And Japan arrived to the market with, well, it's still speculative. Everything I say in this video, of course, is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's a legend, just my opinion. But people are speculating and saying, Japan might have purposefully pushed down the value of the yen in order to amp up tourism, to bring in people to travel back into the country, to bring in more money, because they were on lockdown for the longest time. And with the yen being so devalued, the prices are amazing. Shopping in Japan is incredible. In fact, their numbers of tourists, both from America but also China, have skyrocketed. And a lot of the Chinese people are shopping in Japan at the moment, currently, not really in China. But so the luxury brands that are investing in China heavily since years now are seeing such a tremendous drop in earnings that brands like Marc Jacobs, Hugo Boss, Burberry, they are like selling their stuff now at 50+% sales. Apparently, Marc Jacobs is even on Alibaba in China, selling the stuff for like 50+% off. It's critical. The situation is critical. We are at a point where it's critical. They've invested a lot in China, and China is like not giving them the money. Plus, what happened in China? The Chinese government just recently started this entire campaign to shame people living in China or Chinese citizens from China that are living in China that are showing off wealth, especially wealth that is in connection to the Western world. So several Instagram accounts from very, very popular, famous, with millions of followers, content creators and influencers from China, their Instagram accounts have been deleted and they have been publicly shamed. So there's this whole tendency right now in China of kind of taking several steps back, and people are not so quick anymore to binge on luxury and show off luxury as they used to be a couple of years ago. So a lot of the luxury brands that have been investing heavily in China have been counting on the Chinese market to kind of save them from this incoming recession. and whatever they thought was going to be recession after the lockdown years. Because let's face it, I mean, the luxury brands knew that after lockdowns would be lifted, people would start spending their money also on traveling and on other goods and not just luxury goods like bags, wallets, and clothes, right? They were expecting that drop, but they were hoping to dampen that fall by kind of saving themselves thanks to the Chinese clients, which seem to not really care that much at the moment. Very, very interesting. So here we are, waiting for the numbers to trickle in from the end of the second quarter, fiscal quarter of 2024, to see how the publicly owned luxury brands are going to report to their shareholders from the stock market the earnings or lack thereof. Are we going to see more brands like Burberry firing their CEOs, just like Burberry fired their CEO? Or are we going to also see brands starting to point fingers at their artistic directors? Looking at you, Daniel Lee. I'm really, really dying to see how this plays out. It's like the best telenovela ever, isn't it? So, anyway, what have you been shopping for lately? Let me know down below. And what are your thoughts on this whole sitch? Thumb up this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe, and until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Bye. Juicy stuff, isn't it? I mean, just adding my notes here. I also, so you guys, Charlie, happy birthday, Camilleeerrrr. Oh, Ellie says, I bought leather shoes recently. One pair from Louis Vuitton and another one from Coach. Coach leather was soft as butter, while Louis Vuitton were stiff. Louis Vuitton shoes went back to Paris, no joke. Coach beat Louis Vuitton in this case. Interesting. And then it doesn't surprise me whatsoever. Now, oh, Chris, you bought a wallet from Gucci last month, and I love it. Good for you. Like I said earlier in this live stream, you guys, I'm not saying let's stop buying altogether. No, enjoy luxury. You buy the stuff you love. By all means, if you have the means necessary, you shouldn't feel ashamed to enjoy beautiful object, or, whatever is beautiful to me doesn't have to be beautiful to everybody else. If there's some beautiful object and you love it and you have the means to buy it, enjoy it. The eyes also are basically the doorway to the soul, and the soul also enjoys the presence of beauty, proportions, colors, textures, smells. I'm not saying let's not buy anything anymore. I'm saying just be more wise about how you spend your money. Like, do you really want what you're buying? It's like Vivienne Westwood always teaches us, buy less, choose well, make it last. She doesn't say don't ever buy. She just says buy less. Choose well, make it last. What you buy, don't buy it just because it's a trendy now thing. And buy something substantial that you're also going to really love and appreciate, years down the road as well. So speaking of the water, the Chali water. So you remember we made this video about the Ritz and the Spunky tasting water, and then the woman sued. I think she sued the hotel because they took the bottle, they tested the bottle, and there was sperm in the bottle, and it was the bottle of water that the staff of the hotel brought her into her. Yes, Debbie, the spunk water. So, so cheers. That's why we make fun of the Charlie and Camilleeerrrr. It was a whole thing, you guys. You remember? It was a couple of months ago. F. Del Mar's like, I've been watching this whole live while online shopping. And like I said, you don't stop shopping. I'm not saying stop shopping. I'm just saying let's be more, more precise about what we buy for ourselves. Nay, it's just a little flavored. Well, guess what, you guys? I have an update on the Spunky water, except it's not what you think. Where is it? I took. Wait, this is China. Oh wait, hold on. Couldn't find it, but I found it now. Okay, are you ready for this? And you remember how at the beginning of this live stream, everything comes full circle. At the beginning of the live stream, I was telling you guys, be very careful if you're going to dressing rooms where you sit down. There can be shit all around. I was preparing you for something bigger. And that something bigger is this. Somebody went to a hotel room. Well, okay. How do we start this? I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give the whole thing away. Are we going to record? I thought it was not to record. Was it to record? I thought it was just to talk. Recording? Okay, we're recording. All right. Okay, no, we're not. So, oh, what happened? Debbie says, Teresa, why did you hide Ellie? I can't unhide her. What happened to Ellie? Wait, what happened? I can unhide her. Hold on. Oh, Terry says it must be an accident. I fell asleep. Oh, okay, well, don't worry about it. Let's unhide. Is Ellie visible again? Oh, Terry, no, don't worry about it. All good. Wait, let me just see. Terry says, I fell asleep on my phone, y'all. It was a mistake, you guys. Sorry, Ellie. Ellie, are you back with us? Debbie says, I unhid her. I tried to unhide her, Debbie, but on my end, it still says hidden. So I don't know. That's why I want to see if Ellie can type something, just to be sure. Okay. Well, anyway. Oh, there she is. Okay, good. Ellie is back. Perfect. Okay, sorry about that, Ellie. All good now. Okay, so people traveled to. Okay, listen to this story. This is shocking, you guys. This one is really shocking. 6 people, including 2 American Vietnamese and 4 Vietnamese nationals, traveled to a luxury hotel in Thailand last week. It seems like the beginning of season 3 of The White Lotus. It is literally season 3 of White Lotus, okay? Except this is for real. 6 people traveled last week to Thailand, to a hotel. They all traveled, almost all of them traveled separately. Apparently no connection between them. They all had their rooms. And then, this past Tuesday, 6 of them were found dead in one room. And they were found dead by the cleaning lady of the hotel who opened the door after these people did not check out. They were supposed to leave the hotel. each one of those rooms. Some of the rooms were empty, but all of them were found in one room. All of their suitcases were packed. Their suitcases were standing next to their doors, inside of the rooms, respectively. But all of them were found in one room. Food was on the table, not touched, not eaten. But they all drank something. You see? This is so Agatha Christie. So listen to this. 6 people, including 2 American Vietnamese and 4 Vietnamese nationals, were found dead and foaming at the mouth in a luxury hotel in Thailand on Tuesday, in what cops are investigating as deliberate poisoning. Local news outlet Kaosod English reported that cops are looking at whether possible cult activities or business-related issues could be to blame for the mysterious deaths after the bodies were discovered at the 5-star Grand Hyatt Erawan in Bangkok just after 5:30 p.m. on Tuesday. The investigative commander of the Metropolitan Police Bureau confirmed they were likely poisoned and appeared to have consumed coffee and tea in the room. The guests had checked into different rooms over the weekend, but their bodies were found in one room with no signs of any struggle. Bangkok Police Chief Titi Sangwang said, "This was not self-harm, but someone caused the deaths," Titi said, adding that police were currently looking for a 7th person, also a Vietnamese national, connected to the group. A hotel maid made the grim discovery after the 3 men and 3 women failed to check out on time. Their luggage was found packed and ready to go by the door. Investigators are testing several drinks that were found inside the room after traces of suspicious substances were spotted floating in the cups and glasses. Charlie. Food that had been ordered via room service hadn't been touched. 2 of the guests both had American citizenship. The 4 others were identified as, and then they say the names. The relationship between them isn't known. So there was apparently no connection between them. "We are tracing every step since they got off the plane," Titi said. Another person, who is believed to be a tour guide, was reportedly taken in for questioning by cops in the aftermath, although it wasn't clear if they were a suspect. And apparently, wait, hold on. I also read somewhere. Did I skip a minute? A part of text, because there was also a 7th person that they're looking for. There's a 7th person missing. Here. This was not self-harm, but someone caused the deaths, Titi said, adding that police were currently looking for a 7th person, also a Vietnamese national, connected to the group. The Agatha Christie of it all, says Cecily, right? I mean, think about it, you guys. So we have a scenario where these people fly in different airplanes, different airlines, and 2 of them are American, but Vietnamese, but American nationals, and the other 4 are Vietnamese, and the 7th one missing is also Vietnamese. And they stay at this hotel in separate rooms, and they stay there for a few days or nights, and then the day they're supposed to leave the hotel, they've packed their luggage. Their luggage is in their room, but before they check out, they all decide to meet in one room of one person. Their luggage is all packed and ready to go. So they were going to eat something in that one person's room, and then they were going to go back to their own rooms to pick up their suitcases and check out of the hotel. This is what I suspect. They go to the room of that one person. They order food. Food and drinks arrive for breakfast, because when do you check out of a hotel? You check out in the morning. So I presume they ordered breakfast. So the food arrives, the drinks arrive. And then a couple of hours later, they have not checked out of the hotel. We don't know what happens from the moment the drinks arrive and the food arrives up until the moment when the cleaning lady finds their bodies in the room. So in that time, they did not eat any food because the food is apparently untouched, as the police says. They only drank the drinks, and they were all found dead. So it doesn't seem like they wanted to unalive themselves. Like, no notes were left. The suitcases were waiting in their rooms to be picked up because they were going to check out. Evian says an unpaid debt is believed to be the motive. Yeah, but they all did, but they were not forced to drink the drinks. Robbie says definitely a Poirot scenario. Cecily says, for real, Robbie, someone call Hercule Poirot. Evian says it's a woman behind this, and an unpaid debt is believed to be the motive. Interesting. KXO says it's really big news here. Yes, my darling, and since I know that I have viewers from all across the world, I do try to cover news from all across the world so that I can keep everybody engaged and kind of unify all of us even more together. Jody says swingers club with a mad ex. Rhea says also the seventh person insisted in preparing the tea herself. How do we know this though? Because there was no camera in the hotel room. I guess they have cameras in the hallways, but did they see the seventh person leave the hotel room? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. But how were they all disconnected from each other? Nay, I think you meant not so. Is often so or not so? American Century, the news. The news is what it is. It was poisoned because of debt. Oh, I see. Thailand police mentioned it in a report. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. It's a property crime story? I mean, I don't know because, yeah, that doesn't make sense, right? So, is so. Nay says is so. Is often so. No, okay, so Nay, but what do you mean? So you appreciate the news to be more American-centric? I mean, it is what it is. But I'm just curious to see how this plays out. Now, if it's just about like a debt scenario and these people didn't want to pay their debt and then they got unalived, I'm like, okay. I was kind of expecting more of a plot twist and maybe them not knowing each other and they just kind of discovered stuff about each other while they were in that hotel in those few days. And in my mind, I was already going places, but I appreciate the international perspective you give. Oh, thank you, Nate. Thank you. Heaven says, yep, I watch true crime. Don't trust anyone making your drink, says Heaven. Yeah, definitely. Don't trust anyone making your drink. Yeah, let's wait for a documentary about it. Melissa says it's being reported as a poisoning because of debt here in Australia. Nate says, sorry to be confusing. News is often so American-centric, and I like to hear things from around the world. Gotcha. I think I understood that that's what you meant. Evian says, Inga, what about a barista or a bartender? Possible, right? Holly says, I'm just shocked it happened in this hotel. This area in Bangkok is so safe and more luxurious and expensive. But anyway, I guess that's where real estate moguls stay. So that makes sense. So it's a high caliber, you're saying it's a high caliber kind of vendetta type of scenario amongst very, very rich people, I guess is what you're saying. But then would they all be staying at the same hotel if they would be scared of each other? Like, think about it. Like, I mean, if they all had a debt to pay of some sorts, and why would they let the others know where they are staying, A? And B, why would they all book the hotel at the same time and let everybody know where they're going to stay? And why would they all decide to stay at the same place if they got beef with each other? Reyes says, I think something to still unveil happened between those 7 people. I think so too. I don't think it's just a debt, because debt is more like I hire somebody to get to bang all of the people who owe me money. You know what I mean? But they all flew in on their own accord. They all decided to flow in and spend that time at the same time in the same hotel and to eat together in one room. If you have a debt to pay and you're running from that debt, you don't fly in to meet all the other. You know what I mean? Like, something is off, in my opinion. The whole situation is weird. Like, why would she unalive herself? No, the seventh person is missing, JJ. The seventh person is, as far as I understand, the seventh person is still missing. According to this article, they said the seventh person is still missing. Oh, yeah, that's a good point, Terry. Yeah, honor and debt are a big thing in Asian culture. So maybe it was like a honor thing as well. Melissa's like, I always rinse my drinking glass 3 times before pouring a drink. True crime lover. Yeah, Melly. But what do you do with the drink that's in a bottle? How do you know that you're cleaning your glass, but you're not cleaning the content, the fluid in the bottle? So it's, it's very dangerous. So anyway, yeah, maybe a drug deal of sorts. Maybe they were brought together under false pretenses, says Robbie. So bizarre. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. What can I tell you guys? Was something in the tea? Well, apparently in the drinks that they were drinking, there was something. Yeah. Bring your own bottles, as MJMJ. Holly Grace is like, you can't live in paranoia. It is what it is, y'all. Life does involve risks. Cecily, well said. Life always involves risk. Yeah. Heaven, I did not know who the seventh person is, but apparently other fellow co-chatters know that it was a woman. Because people in the chat are saying that the seventh person was a woman. But in the article that I found, they didn't say that it was a woman. Evian says, allegedly it was a 50-year-old lady. There you go. What a fascinating live stream, wouldn't you say? And just like that, it was over. Oh my. Thank you, mods, for keeping us safe today. Hit it, Bubbles.
A special thanks to the mods in the fashion bunker. Debbie, it's a sultry Asian, Nicole, Gloria, and Terry. Bubbles loves you.
Yes. Oh, hi, Jolie Simple Opinion, and good night, Jolie Simple Opinion. It was a quick hello and good brr, and I want to say we'll go next. Hit it, Buble. We'll go. Get the merch. Don't forget your 20% off the merch with code HEATWAVE20. You get 20% off the merch until July 26th at www.superdacob.com. And yes, the merch also includes Living Ferret. Hit it, Bubbles.
I'm living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret.
That's the Living Ferret.
Living ferret, living ferret.
And if you want, you could also get the Dying Ferret merch, which is the green ferret. Bubbles, hit it with the Dying Ferret.
Dying ferret, dying ferret, dying ferret, dying ferret, dying ferret.
Wait, what do you mean, Ray? Nail polish is a poison indicator? How can nail polish be a poison indicator? Oh, the nail polish absorbs the poison from the nails? That's interesting. That is very, very interesting. Is that a true thing? Can nail polish tell us if there's been like poisoning? I'm gonna have to look into that. Oh, Chanel coming out with a new nail polish called Poison. Oh, I am obsessed.
I am obsessed. I am obsessed. best. I am best. Oh.
Well, the fingertips turn blue depending on the type of poison I get. Yeah, we're a best, Terry. We're a best. And I want to find out, because a situation like this in a hotel where everybody kicks the bucket, I would be, you know, as Inspector Poirot. I would come in and I would be like, listen, Linda.
Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda.
And they would all be like, huh? Yeah. And then after that, I would bring in, oh, baby Yoda. Hi, girl. How's it going? Oh, he's transparency. Tell you got my hair falling all over me. Hi, baby Yoda. What are you going to do? Baby Yoda, you're going to find out what happened. What happened? Baby Yoda, you're going to find out what happened? Are you going to let them know? Are you going to like come in? Are you going to gather all the suspects in one room? And then you're going to look at all of them and you're going to say, cha. You're going to look at the killer and you're going to look at the killer. And you're going to say,
Ciao, 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 ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao.
and then you're going to point at the killer. Point at the killer. Well, there you go. Baby Yoda solved the crime. Can you believe? And also, you know what? You know what is really spooky? If the culprit is still on the loose and still free, for all we know, they could be watching this live stream right now.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's possible. Not probable, but possible. Maybe in Texas, says Debbie. Cha. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. It wasn't too long, but it was sweet. It was a 2.5 hour experience roller coaster ride. And I am going to pop a painkiller because my head is still killing me, believe it or not. But I powered through this like a trooper. And I shall see you all hopefully on the weekend. And have a wonderful rest of your week, you guys. Thank you so much for all your love and your support, for always tuning in. It's always a pleasure to talk, even though sometimes the topics in summer, it's not like we have these like fashion highlight topics, because usually most of these fashion houses are on holiday. They close down for the summer, they're, vacation, blah, 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 this and that. So it's not like there's a lot of like scandals happening during summer. But hey, we got a true crime scenario going on today, and a lot still happened, right? All things considered. Thank you so much. I wish I felt better, but enjoyed stream. Feel better, Dacob. Thank you, Terry. I wish you feel better too, sweetie. And yes, the Eye of Horrors, darling. Oh, Ray says it's a specific nail polish to buy. Oh, I see. Ooh. And it's an indicator of poison. Very interesting. Ray says they also sell these mesh tops to glasses so that nobody can put anything in there. Oh, interesting. To protect them. Fabulous. I shall see you all in the next live stream. And until then, never forget to never give up on love, you guys. Love you loads. And thank you so much for your love and support and for sticking together through thick and thin, honey. Lately with me, it's more thick than thin. But we'll go. Okay, love you loads. Bye. Mwah. Happy birthday, Camilleeerrrr.